Hi guys, it's your girl Tara, and guess what? It's midday, and it's Let's Talk with Tara. I'm excited to be on today. I'm talking about disappointment. If you've been following me, you know that I've been talking about disappointment and how disappointment redirects your life. And that's what we're talking about today, how disappointment affects every area of your life. How it affects you emotionally, how it affects you relationally, how it affects you when it comes to your purpose and your destiny. You know, disappointment affects us in all types of ways. Last week we talked about and I shared that disappointment is simply this. It's an unmet expectation. We all have expectations of family members, loved ones, children, co-workers, friends. And when those expectations are not met, it causes us to become disappointed. And when we become disappointed, that disappointment can turn into anger, bitterness, despair. It can turn into dismay. It can also cause us to become withdrawn from people and things because we don't want to relive those emotions related to the disappointment that we experienced in our life. So today, if you're tuning in, share and like. Share and like, because guess what? Everybody, male, female, young and old, has or will experience disappointment in their life or disappointment. And sometimes those disappointments become a series of disappointments, which keeps us captive and confined in a emotion wrapped in fear. It keeps us captive and confined within an emotional conundrum based off of fear from feeling or reliving the emotions that we experience related to that disappointment. So we're going to talk about that today. Our topic is how disappointment can redirect your life. I truly believe that we are all created with greatness in our own right. We all have purpose and we all have destiny. And what I learned is this. When disappointments happen, the first thing we say is, that'll never happen to me again. Or why did it happen to me? And when we start saying those things, we do two things. We start looking at people differently. We build up walls because we don't want to be hurt. And the second thing that we do, we blame ourselves a lot of times. We say things like, how did I ever allow this to happen to me? And what's wrong with me because I didn't see this coming, or I allowed this to happen to me, or I should have known better. And we get trapped in those emotions that diminish our self-worth, our judgment, and our decision making. And when that happens is we get stopped. I called it a wall last week. If you were listening to, we get trapped behind this wall. This wall that's filtered through, that was created because of disappointment, that's filtered through bitterness, that's filtered through anger, that's filtered through rejection, dismay, frustration, depression, anxiety, and a whole host of emotions. All because we were disappointed. We had an expectation that did not meet our need. And it caused disappointments in our life. So let's talk about, I'm going to share with you, and I wrote a few notes down because it's so in depth when we talk about disappointment. It's so much information. but how those disappointments can redirect your life. I shared that, hey, we all have, I believe that everyone has a purpose and a destiny. Everybody is created for greatness. But if we allow what disappointed us or who disappointed us from our past to control or redirect our future, we never live in the fullness of who we were created to be or the fullness of what we have to offer to the society. I call it living in a world called less and little. That's my word for it. What happens is when we allow disappointments to redirect our life, we start living in less and little because we think less of ourselves because of those things that happen. Or we point the finger at either ourselves or the people around us, and we judge everyone and everything based on the disappointments that we experienced in life. And what happens is when we do that, those things and those people who were a part of your journey of growth, purpose, and destiny, we push them off, or we block them off, or we cut them off, and it redirects our life. And we get caught in a cycle of unwanted feelings. We get caught in a cycle of creating and making unwanted decisions where I won't say, well, they're unwanted decisions because the decision, the aftermath, the results of the decision is not wanted. We make decisions because we think, oh, hey, I'm going to make this decision because I was hurt here before, so I'm going to put this wall up. I'm going to put this barrier up. I'm going to put this safety net up so that I don't get caught there. And we make a decision based on that. And the result of the decision is redirecting the intended path for our life. Have you allowed disappointments to redirect your life? I know I had for years. When I say for years, I allowed disappointments because I'm a giving person. I have a very strong personality. But one thing about my personality, I give hard. So I expect that same thing in return. And one thing about humans is this: we perceive people the way we perceive ourselves. So if we're a giver, we expect everyone around us to be a giver. But when we get hurt because we were disappointed and we look at everybody through the filter of that hurt, that anger, we give out something, and because our actions show that, hey, I'm angry, I'm mad. So I got a guard up. I have a guard up. So I'm filtering everything from that guard or from that wall. So we look at everybody else like, you here to hurt me. So I have to put a safeguard up. Or what are you looking to get from me? Or you're going to disappoint me. You're going to do me just like everybody else did. And guess what? That expectation, we get what we expect from them. Because we go into it already thinking from the place of the disappointment. And if you take negativity in there, it's going to breed negativity. And you're not going to look for the direction that person was meant to play in your life. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone that comes in your life is not coming. I share this. They come for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I'm going to say that again. When people come in your life, they come for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Now, we don't always know what category that person has come for. But if they come for a reason and they accomplish that reason and they stay too long, disappointment is going to show up. Disappointment will show up because they came for one reason. That reason maybe was to change your tire. You're going flat on the side of the road, your tire blew out, and they came for the reason to change your tire. And you befriended this person, brought them into your life, and they hurt you. More disappointment, more bricks on that wall. You have a person that maybe come into your life for a season. They may come in to help you accomplish something or to help you get through something. And what we usually do? Their season is up, but we keep them along because we built a relationship with them that was not meant to go beyond that season in their life. And because we're human, we don't want to cut people off. We don't want people to think ill of us. We don't want people to say, oh, you think you all of that now or whatever. But guess what? You are all of that. And some. We all are. But we have to understand when people come into our lives, reason, season, or lifetime, once they expand that, they redirect our lives because it causes disappointment. And then we have those people that come in for a lifetime. You have people, they are there for a lifetime. Now, they may be in your life for a lifetime on different capacities. Sometimes they're they're closer to you, and sometimes they're not. But they are there to help you maneuver and direct the path of your life. The path of your life. But disappointments come because people always disappoint. Because we're people. Only perfect people are dead. And we expect people to give us more than what we give out. And it's okay. I shared about forgiving last week. You have to forgive yourself and forgive the person. First, you got to forgive the person. Then you got to forgive yourself and understand, hey, were they there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime? Because if you don't, those disappointments will redirect your life. And when they redirect your life from the life that you were purposed for, you start living in little and you start living in less. You start living in little and you start living in less. You start living in less of yourself because your self-worth and your perception of yourself is little. You start making decisions regarding that little or that less. You get trapped in relationships that's less than the standard that you have for your life. And when you get trapped in that, wow, I'm telling you, every decision redirects your life because of that disappointment or that series of disappointments. This is your girl, Tara. I'm not going to be on too long today because I have so much going on, but I just want to share that because as women, we are so much more emotional than men. And we allow those disappointments from relationships, from moms, from dads, from siblings, from different types of traumas or abuse. We allow those disappointments to control and redirect our life. And when it redirects our life, it prevents us from living out the fullness and capacity of who we are as a person. It prevents us from living our best life. So we have to deal with those disappointments. If you're just logging on, please like and share. In the comments, I'll put in, I have a new group that's starting March 11th. I think it's March 11th. For women that are ready to heal. It is time for us to heal, women. We have too much work to do. We have too much power. We have too much influence to allow disappointments to continue to redirect our life. Redirect our life. So like and share. Follow me on my YouTube page at Let's Talk Tara. Like and share this page. Check my website out at www.taratstallinsinc.com. That's www.taratstallinsinc.com, and look at some of the great things that I have coming up. Look at some of our workshops, our groups, and it's time to rediscover, relaunch, and revive your life. Until next Wednesday, midday with Let's Talk Tara. Have a great day. Love you guys.